Today, we're diving into a world where a simple silver quarter from your change jar could secretly be worth a life-changing fortune. Some of these rare Washington quarters aren't just pocket change, they're worth more than most houses, more than luxury cars, even more than some retirement funds. And the best part? They could be hiding in your home right now. So grab your old coin jar, dust off that coffee can in the garage, and let's see if you've been holding onto a small piece of American history that could cash in for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss another rare coin that could make you rich. The first coin we're uncovering today, the 198 Washington quarter. Now, at first glance, this one might not look like much. In fact, in worn condition, it can appear dull, scratched, and tired. The kind of coin most people would toss into a vending machine without a second thought. But here's where the magic lies. 1983 was a fascinating year for U.S. quarters, because the Denver Mint produced far fewer of them in high quality compared to other years. And with no official mint sets released for collectors in 1983, finding a pristine example today is a serious challenge. That scarcity drives collectors wild. This coin still features the familiar image of George Washington on the obverse, his profile sharp in the original strike, though after years of circulation those fine details like the hair curls and the subtle texture of the bust may have softened. On the reverse, the bold eagle design still spreads its wings proudly, clutching arrows with the olive branches below, but again, time and handling have worn down those sharp edges. Here's what makes the 198 truly exciting. In circulated condition, even worn like this, it can fetch several dollars from collectors simply because so few were saved at the time. But where the jaw-dropping values come in is with uncirculated or rare error. Examples. We're talking double die obverses, dramatic, off-center strikes, or even coins struck on planchets meant for other denominations. Those can easily jump into the high five-figure range. A perfect, mint-state gem with full luster, strong strike, and no blemishes. That's when you start seeing auction results pushing past $30,000. And if it's an error specimen, some have been known to break the $150,000 mark. So how can you spot a potentially valuable one in your own collection? First, check for strong, crisp details, especially in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Look for any doubling in the lettering Liberty or United States of America. A shiny, original mint luster is like gold to a collector. And if you notice any unusual shapes, thickness, or off-center designs, that's when you put the coin down gently, because you might be holding something worth more than a fully loaded pickup truck. Imagine pulling a 198 from your coin jar, thinking it's just 25 cents, and then realizing it could fund your dream vacation, or even a small home. That's the thrill of the hunt, and why so many people are combing through their change today. Next up, we're stepping back just a few years to the 1979 Washington quarter, and while this one's in fine condition, meaning the design is still sharp, and the wear is modest, don't let that fool you. Coins from this year can hide extraordinary surprises that most people overlook. The Denver Mint struck millions of quarters in 1979, but here's the twist: most were churned out for everyday use, bouncing from pocket to pocket, vending machine to vending machine, and getting chewed up by decades of circulation. Finding one in the kind of well-preserved fine condition we have here means the details of Washington's hair, the cheekbone, and even the tiny lettering are still crisp. That's a good sign for collectors, because it means the coin hasn't lost its character over time. But here's where it gets really exciting. The 1979 is known among collectors for a few extremely rare minting errors that can send values skyrocketing. Double-struck coins, off-center strikes, or quarters struck on planchets intended for other coins like a nickel or a cent can catapult the value far beyond what you'd expect. We're talking $50,000, $100,000, and in the rarest documented cases, over $400,000 for dramatic, well-preserved errors in the right hands at auction. And even without errors, a flawless mint stage 1979 with blazing original luster can command thousands. Why? Because the combination of sharp details, lack of scratches, and perfect strike is almost non-existent. For this date from Denver, collectors know it, dealers know it, and the bidding wars can get intense when a beauty hits the auction block. If you've got one of these at home, here's what to do. Check the mint mark, that small D just to the right of Washington's hair ribbon, then look closely at the rims. Are they perfectly even? Is the lettering sharp? Any doubling in the words? "In God We Trust," or "quarter dollar"? Even a small variation could mean you're holding a coin worth more than a year's salary. Imagine it. A coin from the late 70s, still holding on to its dignity after decades, quietly sitting in your change jar only to reveal it's worth enough to pay off a mortgage. That's the kind of discovery that makes coin hunting downright addictive. So far, we've uncovered 2 incredible silver quarter stories. And trust me, the next ones are going to push the limits of belief. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the coins that could put a 6-figure check in your hand. Now, let's jump ahead to the 1987 Washington quarter, and this one, I'll be honest, is in bad condition. The surfaces are worn, the luster long gone, and the fine details smoothed out from years of heavy circulation. At first glance, it's the kind of coin most people wouldn't give a second look. But that's exactly the mistake so many make, because even the roughest looking 1987 quarter can be worth far more than its face value if it has the right story behind it. 1987 was a low interest year for quarter collectors at the time, and here's a little known fact: the US Mint didn't produce these for circulation at all. Instead, they were minted only for collector sets, meaning any 1987 quarter you find in your change was likely broken out from a mint set somewhere along the way. That alone makes them less common in everyday pocket change. And when you combine that with certain rare mint errors, the value potential can go from pocket change to small fortune in seconds. Collectors hunt for dramatic errors on the 1987 quarters, things like off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, double die obverses, where the lettering shows ghostly doubling, or the very rare wrong planchet strikes, where the quarter was accidentally struck on a smaller or foreign coin blank. In mint condition, these can easily fetch $5,000 to $20,000. But a bad condition example with a dramatic, obvious error, that can still pull in $50,000 or more at auction. And if the error is unique enough, we're talking over $2,000,000.so. Even if your 1987 quarter looks beaten up, flip it under a magnifying glass. Check Washington's profile for doubling in Liberty or In God We Trust. Look at the rim. Is it perfectly round or oddly cut off? Any sharp misalignments in the eagle's wings or lettering on the reverse? These details are like gold mines in disguise. Think about it. You might pass this coin over because it looks worn and worthless, but then you spot a massive minting error that turns it into a 6-figure treasure. That's the magic of coin hunting, the potential for life-changing discoveries hiding in plain sight. And while the 1987 is impressive, the last coin we're about to look at might just break the record for shock value. If you thought the earlier ones were valuable, this final one could be the ultimate Washington quarter jackpot. And here it is, our final stop on this silver quarter journey, the 1978 Washington quarter in fine condition. At first, it might seem like just another late 70s coin, but don't let its modest appearance fool you. This year hides one of the most surprising stories in the Washington quarter series, and in the right circumstances, it can become a life-changing find. The Denver and Philadelphia mints pumped out hundreds of millions of these in 1978. But here's the twist. Almost all of them were struck for heavy circulation. That means they were tossed into cash registers, jingled in pockets, scraped against other coins for decades, and very few survived with their sharp details intact. A fine condition coin, like the one we're looking at now, still shows strong definition in Washington's hair and the eagle's wings, and the lettering remains bold and readable. That makes it a cut above the vast majority you'll find in change today. But what truly pushes the 1978 quarter into the spotlight are the rare and dramatic minting errors from that year. Imagine a coin struck slightly off-center so that part of the date or lettering is cut off, or one hit with a double die that leaves ghostly overlapping letters. There are even examples struck on planchets intended for other coins, foreign currency, nickels, or even experimental metal compositions, and those rarities can set auction rooms on fire. While a standard, average 1978 quarter in fine condition might be worth $1 or $2 to a casual collector, an uncirculated gem can easily hit the $1,500 to $3,000 range. And the most spectacular mint errors? They've been known to sell for over $450,000 to the right buyer. To identify a truly valuable one, pay close attention to the rims. Are they complete or missing sections of design? Look closely at "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" for any signs of doubling. And don't forget to check the eagle's tail feathers and wingtips on the reverse. Errors often leave these areas with ghost images or misalignments that collectors prize above all else. Picture it, you're rolling up loose change, thinking you'll get a few bucks to put gas in the car. You spot a 1978 quarter, and instead of trading it for 25 cents, you realize it could pay for a luxury vacation, clear your debts, or even boost your retirement fund. That's the kind of hidden wealth hiding in America's coinage, and why this hobby has kept treasure hunters hooked for generations. So there you have it. 4 Washington quarters that could turn a simple piece of pocket change into an unforgettable payday. From the elusive 1983D to the surprising 1978, each one proves that history, rarity, and a little bit of luck can transform the most ordinary-looking coins into treasures worth more than gold. And the best part? The next one could be sitting in your pocket right now. Keep your eyes open, keep hunting, and who knows? Your next quarter could be the jackpot.